is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, ma'am, you can proceed.
Yeah. So, Andarki Namaskaram. First of all, a warm welcome to everyone. And I would like to thank KV Subbareddy College of Pharmacy for giving me today's opportunity to deliver my guest lecture for transnational biomedical research along with bioinformatics and health informatics. So why I have chosen this topic is like being a pharmacy practice professionals. I know many of you are from pharmacy practice background. So there is a lot of scope in bioinformatics as well as health informatics because we were used to deal fifth form projects where students used to go to hospitals, collect the data, patient data, and they used to do on-site works. But my intention today, my main motto and my intention is to create an awareness and overall brief overview regarding how we can use bioinformatics, health informatics. So making biomedical research for our grant approvals as well as for student related projects. So myself, Dr. Mekkanti Manasreka from Aditya Bypass. So let's start for the today's session. So as we know, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has given Vikasit Bharat 2000. The main motto of India is to bring research and development to student level. So where the government of India is giving maximum research grants for data-based works. But when it is coming to patient level, we pharmacy practice department have much scope to grab those grants. So which will be explained further. So can I have next slide, please? Yeah. So the objectives of present study you can see here. So which I have shared the image. Here you can see health informatics, artificial intelligence, precision medicine, patient-centered care, and translational biomedical research, including the bioinformatics. So let me give a brief explanation with evidence-based literatures as well as the present works going on and my personal experiences. So recently in my college, we have framed 3 international projects with JSS University Mauritius and one from University of Virginia and University of Minnesota, USA. So what we have done is my students, so being a pharmacy practice, so they used to work for bioinformatics related projects. So we are taking one co-grant even from abroad also. So maybe you people may get the doubt, like make it like an interactive session. So it will be very good. Even I am helpful for that also. And I am even happy to deliver my guest lecture today. So here bioinformatics, when we framed some data-based works, usually staff as well as students may think like, so we can't go there and we can't do any projects collaborative, so internationally. But the actual thing is the entire concept is actually wrong. So now the data-based projects like bioinformatics, health informatics, for example, let me give an example like, so Patrick databases, NCBI and genomics. So where we can set our proposal, we can propose to abroad universities. So we can share our protocol over there where their governments will give access for their databases to us. And sitting here, just we require only the laptop to perform these type of studies. Where you will be given to us. So we need to analyze it by using, and we can publish it as a evidence-based literature. Just believe me, one paper of SRMA can bring about 10 to 20 lakhs of research grant if we are incorporating bioinformatics, health informatics with a motto and incorporating the principles of translational biomedical research. Now, let me tell few research and resources centers available within India, most particularly in South India. So we can see the technical resource centers are available in Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore, even in Hyderabad, like Center for Cellular Molecular Biological Research Institutes. So where these two are the main institutes where they will offer you, even for SRMA paper also, we can claim for the granting and we can get the grant funding. So these three are the future pharmacy because future there will be no clinical trials full-fledgedly. So the clinical trials directly because of emerging AI and health informatics. So the clinical trials will get fast enough. So within 2 to 5 years, the drug discovery development will happen and molecule will come out to the market. So we need to get expertise in these fields being a pharmacy practice professional. So because if we get updated by ourselves, so there is no doubt we can have a job independency. So even though being a teaching professional, so we can even go for interdisciplinary or intradisciplinary research with biomedical resource centers. So here you can see the precision medicine also. So as we know, the Indian government is giving one genome, one India projects, where the Indian government, central government from ICMR, particularly in the extramural grants, they are supporting exclusive for pharmacy practice professionals. So in order to write and grab those grants. So next slide, please. So here you can see what are the current challenges we can face in India as well as even among worldwide. You know, tuberculosis. So by 2025, the Indian government, like they described an open statement like we need to end the TB, but it has been postponed to 2030. Now the NTEP, National Tuberculosis Elimination Program, so they have reframed and rescheduled the dates as well as the time to WHO, stating like the India can giving a bold statement stating by 2030 we are going to tuberculosis. Since 2025, the Indian government is spending some crores of money for the complete TB eradication, which is not possible. As we know, the Mycobacterium tuberculosis is changing its genomic structure time to time. Even the drugs which are given like first line and second line drugs, so they are not combating the tuberculosis emerging trends in the patterns of drug resistance. So this is the current challenge where we can look out over it. And antimicrobial resistance. So we know future will be only probiotics. So there will be no more antibiotics. So because antimicrobial resistance is like increasing day by day, particularly in India, due to irrational prescribing also. And as well as diabetes, we know diabetes is like burning issue in India. So we are becoming like a first capital of world regarding to diabetes and even cardiovascular disorders also, like early strokes, premature deaths will be there and medication errors as usual. So these are the main areas, core areas where the Indian government is looking for researchers to come up with the grants. So these areas, if we are mixing up with AI predictions, deep machine learning, algorithms, incorporating the antimicrobial resistance with genomic patterns and are developing any electronic health record systems by using mobile apps. So here again, we are incorporating artificial intelligence with our mobiles and telepharmacy, including with precision medicine. Here, let me give one own example. So my students who are in B Farm 8th semester, so we have developed a mobile app where we can record our own body parameters and we have patented it also. So here we have used AI. So never ever think like AI it's like something big we can't do, because we all knows we are from pharmacy practice background where we don't have artificial intelligence and machine learning in our syllabus. But there are some ways. So let me tell those ways how we can get easily the AI professionals. So first, select an engineering campus or colleges where they are giving Bachelor of Engineering in AI and Machine Learning. So fortunately, we have our own engineering college in my campus where the people who are exclusively expertised in AI and ML, machine learning. So just go to them, speak to them. So explain your disease models from molecular level pin to pin. So collaborate with them. So make them as your own co-investigator. So along with your study, and you can develop a model. Just believe me. So one AI model, if we are developing and taking it as a patented, so same AI model, we can even sell to the companies where they are looking for getting the new prototypes related to diagnosis of particular diseases. So that's what AI is something future. So we need to update in that. So and we have some courses also, online courses, which are usually available to get expertise in AI. Particularly, we can go for MPTL Atal, which you all knows, Apart from this, NIPPS is also there where they can give free term courses. And if you see Indian Council of Medical Research, so they are giving faculty exchange programs. So recently I have seen anemia. Regarding anemia, it's like July 3rd is the last date for the protocol submissions. So if you want any faculty exchange programs from Germany as well as the Spain, even the government of India is also supporting us. So we need to apply there. We need to update our resume. So where we can get call from them. So before that, we need to show some proof of concepts where we are working. So particularly in this genomics and AI prediction. So once if we are ready with our proof of concepts and any preliminary studies that we have conducted at our college levels, so it is easy for even for the faculty to go and grab that positions because it's very easy. It is fully funded. So nearly the government is spending about 8 to 9 lakhs per staff. So regarding their airfare as well as according to accommodation also, according to me. So even though we have these many opportunities, so the main thing where we are lacking is just lack of awareness as well as lack of proof of concepts that we are conducting at our college levels. So can you go for next slide, please? Next slide, please.
Ma'am, 1 second, ma'am.
Yeah, no issues.
Has it changed?
Ma'am,
Yes, madam.
answer, ma'am. You please continue, ma'am.
Yeah, no issue. So sorry for the inconvenience caused. It's okay, fine, no problem, not an issue. So let me explain even orally also, it's not a big issue for me. So regarding drug discovery and development, we all knows, so we are with drug discovery and development. So olden days, it usually takes almost nearly 10 to 12 years in order to identify the targeted molecule. So because as AI is emerging, so discovering becoming very easy. So in fact, it's like replacement of even human also. So that's what being a pharmacist, that too particularly in the pharmacy practice field. So we need to be enough expertised in genomic medicine, AI and healthcare. So particularly we need to equip with some diploma courses or some training courses. So which will make us to be more as well as competitive in the present world. So particularly in the case of drug discovery and development, so the government of India is supporting the indigenous drug discovery. So where you can innovate in India and you can discover in India, where you can sell for the abroad market. Even health data platforms also there, where you can secure the data. For example, let me give a best example. If you write a grade paper, like why I use the term grade paper means there are some areas where people don't even know the particular etiology. For example, let me give a best example for Parkinson's disease, which we know very well. So here for Parkinson's, still few molecular mechanisms which is exactly causing the pathophysiology is unknown. which is idiopathic, which we have studied in our textbooks. So if we use the bioinformatics databases and using the genomics which is available from the data mining through data mining, so the data will be available hugely from entire the world. When we are taking the genomics and when we are getting the proper approvals from the governments and we are working for SRMA papers especially, so a single SRMA paper, if it is with good concept, with good analytical techniques that we have applied like R software and Python, so and getting evidence-based guidelines which can be helpful for the future medicine. So definitely one paper will be paid some 5,000 to 6,000 US dollars just for using biomedical literature review. So whatever we are publishing matters. So when we are publishing, always come with a proof of concept belonging to these areas where we can have a great future. So you can see the translational biomedical research. So here nothing but we know that preclinical trials, clinical trials, regulatory affairs, patient care, public health. So everything we know. So what we have studied from our textbooks and what we are practicing to. So, but how many are from bench to beside to us? So whatever we are working is only towards the bench, but it is not coming to beside. So that's what for the present competitive world. So we always need to get the concept we are working to beside. So from bench beside means whatever we are working that should come for marketing. So for example, let us take biomarkers, novel molecules, or let us go for in vitro in vivo studies. So before there used to be for preclinical, especially for animal studies, there will be sacrificing of animals, complete animal. We need to sacrifice and we need to study some histological as well as pathological studies. But nowadays, due to bioinformatics, there are some algorithms and molecules without sacrificing the animal. People are working as in test tubes where they are creating the animal physiology, animal anatomy along with physiological models, especially for genotoxicity studies. So in the laboratory itself. So these type of studies have a greater chance to get the grants when compared to normal preclinical studies. So usually in my college, people used to write the grants from pharmacology department. So the main thing is when we are going for the grants, so usually they will explain their animal model. So where the committee people will tell like, so we can't give approval for this because it's like there is a animal cruelty towards this where you are entirely sacrificing the animal. So there is a hurdle where the pharmacology people are finding difficulty in getting the grants. But if you incorporate the bioinformatics here, even by using the genomics as well as the genotoxicity studies, you can use the models which is already available and developed by the developed countries such as US and UK. Only the thing is you need to approach them with the proper protocols and we need to get the approvals through mails. Just drop your protocol to them, get the email IDs, just get the response from them, use that as a main approval for your study. Even the government of India will also accept it because it's an official email ID. So let me give an example for NCBI. So NCBI also when you are using some genomics or biotechnological related data from them, just getting an approval through mail is also enough to conduct the study without any further approvals. So which will makes us easy to assess and easy to perform the studies. Even regulatory authorities also in India, before it was very stringent, but nowadays even the Indian government is supporting are working for genomics, bioinformatics, health informatics principles, along with incorporating the AI. So let's see one more. So here the translational research pathway. So human translation is very important. So whatever we are discovering, you should validate in the human samples. So we need to identify a proper biomarkers too. So first validate. So what does it mean exactly? So if we are doing population studies, particularly for the epidemiological studies, if we are planning for any reduction in disease burden, or if we are trying to get some new incidence and prevalence So especially we can tell like recently I can give you a best example like TB. So in Bangalore, when I am doing my PhD thesis, I have seen extra pulmonary tuberculosis is more than pulmonary tuberculosis, where the incidence and prevalence of bone TB is more. So bone TB is something like new even for the students as well as the professionals also who are working in the TB field. So they don't know why bone TB is more prevalent in Bangalore population. So learning the prevalence also matters. So prevalence is something very difficult to get in such type of cases because we know the etiological factors which are mainly responsible for TB and modes of transmission, particularly for pulmonary. But when it is coming to bone TB, what exactly is making the patient to get the bone TB? So we can generate the evidence-based research for this. So the incidence and prevalence can be easily covered by using the health informatics. Now the question will rises from everyone. So how we can use the health informatics? So simple. So something which we are stuck in and which we are unable to understand and something which we are feeling as a challenge, especially to cover in epidemiology, especially in pharmacoepidemiology. So just we need to go to health informatics databases, which is released by WHO World Health Organization, where we can see for each and every disease. Even EpiInfo is also a good platform where my students are doing 2 more projects on that, where we are getting from the platform. So some evidence-based literature review along with the case studies where pin to pin, because we can't spend some crores of study how bone TB is more prevalent in population because we have very limited resources with us and money is also very less. So where we can't get that much funding to raise those prevalence topics. So in order to get the complete evidence, so go for EpiInfo where you can download the individual cases based on the particular disease or disorder, study it, just approach to the persons who have published it, get assessed from them, take as number of studies you required, go for R software, use Python also. It will give you further analysis with some different evidence, which will be a different research question. So automatically you can frame a research topic. So that will be unique from them, but you are getting secondary resource from them. So already something is done on the particular disease. That's a primary research where you are generating a secondary research from the primary research results. So that's what very important, particularly in health informatics related projects. So already literature will be there. Take that literature, just run it in R software or Python software, where you can get that some research questions which are untouched and no one has addressed till now. So that will be the unique topic. Either you can write it for grant or you can continue it as a proof of concept in your 5th year PharmD projects. So when students are working on it for 6 or 7 months, so that entire project, you can write it as a small proof of concept, publish it by using this, apply for ICMR for extramural and intramural grants, where the funding is almost up to 1 crore for the pharmacy practice professionals. Even the same thing you can use for clinical practice also. Sometimes few evidences you can suggest. So best example is TB. If you are working for any policy framework or guidelines, you can mention the same guideline with a proof of concept along with a proper citation to the Indian government, where the Indian government, the TB association will release it into the guidelines. So the same thing what we are working from the bench, it should come beside. Means one policy cost almost 28 to 30 lakhs. So one policy, if you are framing, one guideline, if you are framing, ICMR pays around 28 to 30 lakhs for one project. So the thing is, we need to take the initiation and we need to approach in a proper way. So let's go for some more things. So like I can give you the evidence-based related. So from drug discovery.
me,
So
ma'am.
till now I have
Excuse me,
spoken.
ma'am. Sorry to interrupt you. Ma'am, which slide you are
Yeah.
discussing?
So ma'am, go to 7th slide, madam.
7.
7th, I think, yeah, 7th, 6th or 7th slide, I think so.
Okay.
7th slide you go, ma'am, or else.
is it okay, ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am. 7th slide you go, ma'am, directly. Since I have covered this matter also, directly you can open 8th slide also, ma'am. 8th slide.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, 8th slide. Sorry. So here you can see the pharmacogenomics, system biology, proteomics, transcriptomics, and genomics. So biosimilars, we are familiar with. Future will be with biosimilars, where the bioinformatics integrating pharmacogenomics, we can integrate in biosimilars, or system biology we can do. Even we can work in biospecimen solutions, where you can discover some disease pathology too. So here in Bangalore, we have Indian Institute of Science, where if any professional are approaching related to how genetic variations are occurring and disease modeling from molecular pathways, starting from DNA, RNA to up to cell level. So any molecular pathway, if we are ready to work, so first we need to approach to the, in Andhra means we can go for, even in Telangana, we can find out CCMBR, where we can approach directly with our concepts. In Karnataka though, I can tell like Indian Institute of Science. So where we can approach them and we can ask them like to give a chance for the collaboration. So they can give for the collaborating with computational health. Here computation is nothing but we are applying the biomathematics. So application of mathematic principles in biology, incorporating it for the bioinformatics. So believe me, very good. There are some softwares and there are some tools like OMIM. OMIM is very best in identifications, and proteomics also very good. If you identify a small proteins which are mainly responsible for the disease trigger, so that also plays an important role. And transcriptomics, so the analysis of RNA transcripts to understand the gene expressions and gene regulations along with the different patterns. So for example, let me give a best example like air pollutions. So air pollutions have showing maximum RNA transcriptomic studies where there are a different gene expressions in our body. So in future, there will be a less lung capacity, especially. So whatever lung capacities we are having, so it will go further very low. So there are number of researchers who are working on lung capacities in ICMR. So I have seen in Bengaluru also. So even genomics also, we can have a genetic traits and structural variations. So everything we can incorporate with bioinformatics. So even for drug discovery and development also. So bioinformatics in drug discovery, you can see here the few databases. Ma'am, you can go to 9th slide, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
So 9th slide you can show to everyone. So here I have given a few databases which we can use for our drug discovery and development. So you can see genomic databases, NCBI, as we are running out of time, I think so. So let me finish fast. So target identification. So protein targets also we can do. Protein structure predictions. So we can go for alpha folds or rose TTA folds. So for this 3D structure
no
also
problem,
we can
ma'am.
use.
You can continue, ma'am. You please continue, ma'am.
Time there is no
problem.
limit, madam.
No limit, ma'am.
No problem. Okay,
Problem.
fine.
You can continue.
Yeah. So here you can see the genomic databases. You can see NCBI, Patrick. I have given a few examples here. So you can go directly for antimicrobial resistance. So mostly you can do on tuberculosis, even COVID-19 also. So we have written one grant to RGHS, Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, Bengaluru. So stating like, so it's a type of study where we are studying why strokes are happening for the COVID-19 patients. So molecular pathways by integrating with genomic databases. So all the thing is just a mail of permission is required to conduct this type of study. Even for target identification, if you want to identify or a particular gene or protein also, you can use the bioinformatics. Even protein structure prediction, if you want to see the proteins in 3D structures, you can incorporate bioinformatics with AI and machine learning. And if you want to develop a homology modeling also, particularly for the disease presentations, as well as assessment of clinical manifestations. So there should be a validation, structural validation is required for the molecular pathways. So where the bioinformatics plays an important role. And one more thing is molecular docking, as we all knows. So many of us may think like molecular docking is only for chemists or people who are working for biotechnology. But nowadays, to get a good interdisciplinary grants, so we need to know what is molecular docking, and we can exclusively use our bioinformatics for this type of docking studies. So I have seen even in LinkedIn also many people are posting like for docking studies hands-on training. So being a professional, so there is nothing wrong. We can go for hands-on experience for the molecular docking. Even my PhD, I have gone with molecular docking studies of so few drugs which belongs to second line tuberculosis. So bedaquiline as well as a linezolid. So we try to differently create one more molecule by using the docking studies. Even for virtual screening also. So for pharmacology, especially pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamic type of studies, ADMET and drug responses and compounds, in order to test the compounds quality, we can also go for virtual screening. So all the thing is, maybe it sounds like something chemistry, something biotechnology, something genomics, but ultimately, if we incorporate all these things to our pharmacy practice field, there is a chance for getting more number of grants for the at the college levels. And drug selection also. Even the selection of drug also can be done by using the bioinformatics evidence. So all the thing is, when you are presenting before animal ethical committee or human ethical committee, when you are doing in vitro studies or in vivo studies, validations, or when we are going for animal studies, complete sacrificing also sometimes. So all the thing is, they will ask from on which evidence you are proposing this type of molecule and this type of study and this type of protocol. So all the thing is, whatever the already existed data, we need to cite it properly and we need to show the proper approvals from the abroad governments, because India, if you see, the bioinformatics literature is very limited when compared to abroad. It's very limited actually. So all the thing is, there is nothing wrong. Even we can touch US, UK data also. Since we are working 3 projects currently, so they will give us permission very easily. The thing is, we need to approach and we need to incorporate the bioinformatics principles on these types of areas. Ma'am, can you go for 10th slide, ma'am? No, precision medicine and pharmacogenomics. So I hope everyone knows. So we can see the environment too, where the environmental pharmacogenomics plays an important role nowadays. So ICMR is particularly giving grants for people who are working for the environment. So since the grants are only for the technical people, so being a PharmD, we have a chance to grab those grants, because when we are studying the genomics of the population by incorporating with the air pollution, for example, let me give air pollution as a best example, or microplastics exposure, or some adultery agents such as so tasting salts, which they are used nowadays for the food items. So whatever the tasting salts as well as the flavoring agents are microplastics are environmental pollutions. So these type of exposure to the human body, definitely there will be abnormal expression of human genes. So where the engineering people are applying for the grants, those grants are leaving empty, because even the medical people never used to go to that area, very minimal. So when I see the grant applications, only few are there. So this is the area where we can concentrate more being a PharmD professional. So regarding diet, nutrition, lifestyle modification, smoking, alcohol, even sleep also. So like mobile screens inducing the sleep patterns, mobile screens leading to stress and anxiety, mobile screens leading to bipolar disorder. So we are incorporating neurology with our lifestyle. So here we can have the NIMHANS in Bangalore. So where they are offering direct grants for genomics in neurology. Even the JSS Mysore is also having one cell. So if anyone are interested, so we can approach there and you can discuss with them for the further collaborations. Even for disease modeling also. So few diseases, for example, if you see recently there are some researches going on. why 18, 19-year-old teenagers are getting diabetes. So this disease biology, recently the ICMR has released 2 crore grant for Delhi Pharmaceutical Sciences. So where they are having collaboration with ICMR. ICMR itself is releasing 2 crore grant to study this biology, particularly in the case of teenagers as well as adolescents. So the PCOD, PCOS, so diabetes, even anemia too. So anemia, the July 3rd, this July 3rd is the last date to apply for the prototype grants. So you can develop any nutraceuticals, so which can induce the genomics in our body. So all the thing is, we need to think broader. We need to go for collaborations. That's it. So, these are the few examples which I am going to give. So everything is data driven. So integrate your concepts with data genomics. So where it will be easy to get the grants. So 11th, you can see the health informatics. So this is the one field where mobile health is very good, where we can apply for grants. So if you develop a mobile app with our prototype apps with engineering people especially, and you can develop a prototypes by using e-prescriptions, telemedicines, and electronic health records. Already few are available, but all the thing is how they are working, what is their machine learning pattern, what are their algorithms we need to take. These algorithms place in health informatics, analyze the data, what algorithms they are using, and what are the gaps, research gaps existed in their algorithms. Use the machine learning and create your own mobile health app, which can be helpful for the patient screening or patient reminders, particularly in the case of medication adherence. So you can see the flowchart here. So how electronic health records can help for clinical decision support, healthcare, and improved outcomes. So let me give a best example. So you can go for 12th slide. So I have given a overall example here. So how we can use the health informatics in pharmacy practice. So here you can see drug interaction alert is there, medication history, laboratory data, clinical note, ADR reporting. Actually, it's a small thing which we are, see, I'm sharing this because we are working for one mobile app. So where we need to take all this type of data. So collect the data as much as possible. So always when you want to develop a prototype for AI and machine learning, you required a huge data because machine learning requires a large number of case studies to generate the algorithms. So we can't generate algorithms by taking 50 cases, 60 cases. It's a long-term procedure actually. So you need to show minimum to minimum at least 2000 to 3000 cases to generate a proper evidence-based algorithm. So when you are generating the algorithms, so whatever I am describing in the screen, like laboratory data, medication history, drug interaction alert, everything matters. Everything we need to note it down and include health informatics in that. Get some evidence based. So never ever give as a case sheet to the AI because AI itself can generate a number of case sheets. So whatever case sheets we are giving for machine learning, it should be evidence based. So that's what. So when you are collecting the data from the hospitals itself, so collect the real data, never ever use the AI to generate the data because data we need to give the real data. It will generate the secondary research from the primary research. So that's what, if you are want to develop a mobile app or if you want to develop a type of diagnosing devices or a drug related problem identification device. So whatever it is, or prescription screeners. So you need to give the real time data to generate the secondary research. So you can see AI in healthcare also. So you can see the different types of which I have covered prior. So you can go for generation. So generative AI is different than deep learning. So first we need to go for deep learning, later for generative AI. So why I am telling for the deep learning means when you are developing a prototype, any mistakes are there, we can come to know when we are going for deep learnings. So once the deep learnings and missions are proper, when whatever the data, whatever the case sheets that you are collecting in daily ward rounds from the patients, when you are giving for the deep learning, so algorithms, it will give errors when you are processing with softwares, it will give the errors. If error is there, immediately withdraw that case, add a fresh case replacing that. Because when we don't have any bias or any errors in machine learning and deep learnings, so generative AI will be very easy. So once we generate some type of machinery or diagnosing device or mobile app, whatever it is in the field of pharmacy practice, it took almost 20 lakhs expenditure. So when we got some funding agency and when we are developing one app and when we are giving them negative results, so that will be like an offense for us. Here we have a strict and stringent rules in RJHS. So if we misuse the grants which is given by the university, so we need to withdraw our grant and we need to pay extra amount to the university, including interest. So that is the reason when we are taking grants from the higher universities or funding agencies like ICMR, DST, SERB, or VGST, or if we see the RJHS grants which local universities giving for us. So particularly when we are using the AI, we should be very careful in the case of deep learning, because whatever the errors, bias, so algorithms which we are developing for the prototype, we should screen it properly before going for the final generation. So these are the few things which I need to tell, like, so I have to tell like which are evidence based. So that will be easy for the understanding too. Here you can see in AI and drug discovery, you can see a flowchart like before AI, it is usually 10 to 15 years, 14th slide. So before it was 10 to 15 years, now it's like 2 to 5 years. Believe me, after 10 years, it will be only 1 to 2 years for the molecular development. So even for target identification, lead optimization, preclinical, clinical development, even for the approval also, it will be 1 to 2 years in future. So that's what all the thing we need is, so that time pharmacy practice professionals will have a larger scope when compared to other areas. Why means, since we are little familiarized with health informatics and bioinformatics, and AI is also one add-on for our core area. So that's the reason we should be updated with these type of tools and techniques. Here you can see in 15th slide, so AI in clinical pharmacy. So how you can collaborate, you can see the algorithms. So AI model performance will be 89%, precision 87%, recall 85%. So why I have given this slide for everyone is, like, AI accuracy is also not 100%, it's about only 89%. So recently we done a study like using of ChatGPT for implementation of clinical pharmacy services, where we found accuracy as not even 90%. Even though you are using the ChatGPT Pro for clinical pharmacy services, there are the errors and mistakes. If we recommend this for Bill Gates Foundation, so where they are investing some huge crores for AI development as well as AI discovery, so definitely we have a chance to get the grants. So here the ADR prediction can be easy, medication adherence we can do, dose optimization, risk stratification, even the physician support, decision support also can be done. So by using the AI, but the thing is what type of platform we are using, we need to get the permissions or approvals from them. So when we are using AI for our clinical pharmacy, always note the errors. So note down even the accuracy is somewhere missing, or note down if ChatGPT, for example, I am using a ChatGPT as an example. So even though the ChatGPT is giving some wrong answers, so kindly note it, go for risk stratification, write a paper, even though negative result, so no need to worry, write a paper. So send it for the developers where they can fund you furtherly to go for test drive. For example, if they are developing a new app or if they are developed some new software, they will give you the access and they will give you the money to conduct it on human exposure, like to conduct it on human studies. So where being a pharmacy practice, we have the chance when compared to the other departments. So here you can use the generative AI for pharmacists. So we can use the ChatGPT OpenAI platforms for literature review. Patient education, we can use again ChatGPT and OpenAI. Why I have kept these two is like these two are familiarized and accuracy is good when compared to other apps. So even my students have done the comparative study between the ChatGPT as well as a perplexity, where we found ChatGPT is having the good outcome when compared to the perplexity. So that's what I have mentioned, OpenAI as well as the ChatGPT. Even for clinical documentation also we can use, even for research too. All the thing is, when you are using AI, never ever cut copy directly from it, because when we are sending for the grants, so people can easily find out when we are using the AI generated. So the AI is only to easy identification and early processing. It's not like replacing us completely. So that's what I mean to say. So you can have a one more 17th slide. You can see integrated digital healthcare ecosystem. So how we are going to integrate for the better outcomes by using biomedical research, bioinformatics, health informatics, AI, precision medicine, and patient-centered care. So where the data intelligence we are using for the impact of better treatment outcomes of the patients along with the innovation. And data sources also I have given on the left side, you can have a glance. So the future pharmacy practice by 2047 so is only the digital health, translational research, including pharmacogenomics. So there will be a separate consultant, pharmacogenomic consultant, where how we are getting the Aadhaar card, PAN card, we can get our genomics card also in future. So even the clinical data scientist jobs will be more, AI enabled pharmacist jobs will be more, whereas digital health specialist jobs will be more, and translational researcher. So these are the few core areas where we should be ready, and we should incorporate ourselves with the good skills, updates with their tools and techniques. So to face this present competitive world. So opportunity for faculty and researchers, you can see here. So for publications, patents, even startups also, where the industries can collaborate with academia as well as the government. So being a PharmD, we can have academia, government, healthcare, and industry collaborations. If we use these three, bioinformatics, health informatics, and AI, so we can have this type of innovation ecosystems where we can get a lots of fundings. So you can take away, the conclusion is like, so patient-centered care can be done by using bioinformatics, health informatics, including AI plus informatics, leading to translational biomedical research. So to maintain a good environment, to get a good drug safety. So because when we see our environment, our healthcare environment when compared to abroad, so we can see a lot of change, lot of difference. Why means their health informatics is very strong when compared to Indian health informatics. If we want to get a good healthcare system, and if we want to succeed in delivering a good therapeutic outcomes of our patients, so we need to incorporate these updated tools and techniques for the better health outcomes. So here the pharmacists are the key stakeholders in Vikasit Bharat 2047. That is the reason which today I have taken this topic and have shared my expertise in it. So the main motto is the pharmacist of 2047 will not only dispense the drugs, but also deliver the data-driven AI-enabled precision healthcare solutions for the patients. So together, let's build a healthier, smarter, and stronger India. Thank you, Ananda. Thank you for your patience.
Dear participants, if you have any doubts or queries regarding the session, you can ask Dr. Ma. Please unmute your microphone.
So I request everyone, if you have any doubts, you can clarify, and even if you want my contact details, you can take from Madam also. So any collaborative work, if you are interested related to bioinformatics, health informatics, I'm really happy so to collaborate with all the colleges. Yes, ma'am. Someone, Niharika, madam, I think so. Someone is raising their hand here.
Niharika ma'am, please unmute your microphone.
Yeah, chat box, I am sharing my email ID. If you are asking email ID, actually, I have shared my email ID too. So Mahesh sir, thank you sir. And someone is texting here. Yeah, let me see. So Manjari ma'am, thank you madam. So in Manoj sir, thank you. Mahesh sir, thank you. And Yamna ma'am, thank you ma'am. And I have shared my email ID too. If anyone are interested in bioinformatics, health informatics projects, even AI also. So no need to, it's not like on-site. So you can even do through online also projects. So we can collaborate. All our data-driven projects, only data is required for us. So if you people have one laptop, if I have a laptop, and we can collaborate and we can do the work. So anyone are interested, kindly ping me. So Mohana Priya, thank you, ma'am. And Durgam Bhavani, thank you, ma'am. Yamuna, ma'am, thank you. If anyone are having any doubts or any queries, kindly please post me. So Mushraf sir, thank you, sir. And I thank HOD madam also for your kind cooperation. And I thank Spurti also. Spurti, she's my friend actually. So thank you, Spurti ma'am. And I would like to thank the management, principal, staff, both teaching and non-teaching of KV Subbareddy College of Pharmacy. So really, it's a great opportunity for me to share my expertise. Sorry if I took more time today, because it's so much is there to tell all evidence-based with evidence-based literature. That's the reason I have taken with real examples, so that people will get connected more when compared to the normal explanation. So when it is through evidence-based, so that there will be more connection.
Thank you, ma'am. I would like to
Thank
thank
you.
all the faculty members and participants for their active involvement, enthusiasm, and meaningful interaction throughout the session. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed resource person of today's FDP, Dr. Mansa Rekha ma'am, for accepting our invitation and sharing her valuable knowledge and expertise with us. Today's session has provided us with valuable knowledge and deeper understanding of the evolving landscape of pharmaceutical sciences, particularly the integration of advanced technologies such as artificial intelligence, bioinformatics, precision medicine, digital health innovations, and practical perspectives greatly enhanced our understanding how emerging technologies are transforming drug discovery, healthcare, and pharmacy practice. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you once again. Thanks to all faculty members. With these words, I would like to end today's session. Thank you, everyone.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, one and all. Thank you. Thank you.